Some trees don't just grow, they defy time, gravity, and imagination. Across the planet, extraordinary trees stand as living monuments to nature's power, from ancient giants to bizarrely shaped wonders, each one silently telling a story of survival, resilience, and evolution. So here are some incredible trees on Earth.
So the trees you see here are literally over 300 years old.
In a quiet part of Montenegro, there is a tree that seems to go against the usual rules of nature, because instead of just standing in place, the ground around it suddenly starts to release flowing water as if the earth is breathing out through its roots. This tree is known as the gushing water tree. This rare event happens after heavy rain or when snow melts. At those times, pressure builds up underground and pushes water upward, causing streams to burst out around the base of the tree. This makes the forest floor look like a living fountain. It does not feel like an ordinary natural process. It feels more like the land itself is breathing through the tree. In the heart of Cambodia, there is a view so unusual that it feels like time has stopped. A huge kapok tree at Ta Prohm has slowly taken over an ancient temple, with its massive roots spreading through the stone walls as if nature is taking back history bit by bit. This temple was once a grand building of the Khmer Empire, but it was left in the jungle for hundreds of years. What has grown there since then looks almost unreal. Tree roots push through the old corridors, wrap around the ruins, and blend with the stone in a quiet struggle between human creation and nature. It does not look like a tree growing next to a temple. Instead, it looks like the forest is remembering something that once belonged to it. Once a year, whole streets and cities change completely, as if they have been covered in a sea of purple. This is the special beauty of the jacaranda tree. It is known for its stunning lavender blue flowers. This tree does not simply bloom, it transforms everything underneath it into a dreamlike carpet of color. This tree does not simply bloom, it transforms everything underneath it into a dreamlike carpet of color. It can be found in places such as South Africa, Brazil, and Australia. The jacaranda creates views that are so beautiful they almost feel unreal. Its petals fall gently from the branches like violet snow coming down from the sky. For only a few weeks, normal roads and streets turn into something that looks like it belongs in a painting. This reminds us how nature can quietly change the world into pure art. In the dry and tough landscapes of Australia and parts of Africa, there is a tree that looks as if it was made to store life itself, the bottle tree. Its trunk is swollen and shaped like a bottle. It does not only stand in the hot environment, it survives it by keeping large amounts of water inside its body. During long periods of drought, this unusual tree acts like a natural storage tank. It quietly holds water and helps maintain life when many other plants and living things around it begin to die because of the lack of water. It almost feels less like an ordinary tree and more like a hidden survival container created by nature, carved into living wood. In the ancient city of Anuradhapura in Sri Lanka, there is a tree called the Jaya Sri Maha Bodhi. It is not just an ordinary tree but a living piece of history and faith. It is believed to have grown from a sapling of the original Bodhi tree under which Siddhartha Gautama reached enlightenment. This tree was planted more than 2,000 years ago. It is considered the oldest living tree that was planted by humans in the world, and it is still alive today. It is carefully protected and worshipped by millions of people. The tree is surrounded by golden railings, and many people show their respect to it every day. This sacred fig tree is not only part of nature, it is also a symbol of peace, enlightenment, and the long-lasting spiritual connection between human beings and awakening. In India, there is a tree that is so unusual that it does not remain just a single tree. The banyan tree grows outward in all directions, and from its branches it drops roots that grow into the ground and become new trunks. Because of this, one living tree slowly turns into something that feels like a whole forest. Over a long time, it can spread so widely that it covers large areas of land. Under its huge and spreading canopy, natural shaded spaces are formed where people from many generations gather and spend time together. It does not act like a normal tree at all. Instead, it behaves like nature's quiet way of creating a living and growing world that keeps expanding without stopping. In the shadow of Mount Etna in Italy stands one of the most famous trees in the world, the Tree of 100 Horses. It is a huge ancient chestnut tree. Local stories say it was so large that it once sheltered a queen and her whole group of about 100 knights and their horses during a strong storm. Whether this story is fully true or partly a legend, the tree itself is still incredibly massive. Its trunk is so wide that it measures dozens of meters around, making it feel like a natural fortress shaped slowly by time. Surrounded by mystery, this giant chestnut is more than just a tree. It is seen as a living monument where history, legend, and nature all come together as one. In Japan and parts of Asia, the wisteria flower turns spring into something that feels almost unreal. Long hanging vines grow and bloom into waterfalls of purple, pink, and white flowers.
This is not the flower, there's a bunch of flowers. Oftentimes you would call that an...
These blossoms hang down like glowing curtains from old wooden supports and trees. When the flowers are fully open, whole gardens are covered with soft hanging petals that move gently in the wind. This creates tunnel-like paths that make it feel like you are walking inside a dream. Famous places like Ashikaga Gardens become like living paintings during this time of year. The air is filled with color, fragrance, and a quiet atmosphere that feels almost magical. In the rough landscapes of Chile and Argentina grows one of the strangest trees on earth, the monkey puzzle tree. It is an ancient-looking evergreen with sharp armored branches that grow in spiral patterns. These branches look so difficult to climb or even touch that they seem almost impossible to handle. People once said that it would puzzle a monkey to climb it, and that is how the tree got its name. It has survived since the time of dinosaurs, which is why it is often called a living fossil. This tree feels less like a modern plant and more like a view into Earth's distant past. It stands tall and unchanged, as if time itself has forgotten to transform it.
Very architecturally beautiful.
In the rainforests of the Americas grows one of the most dangerous looking trees on Earth, the sandbox tree, also known as the dynamite tree. It gets this name because of its seed pods, which can explode with enough force to shoot seeds at high speed across the forest. The tree is covered in sharp cone-shaped spikes along its trunk, making it look like it is built for protection rather than simple growth. Even standing in its shade is avoided because parts of the tree are toxic and can cause irritation. Despite its frightening appearance and reputation, this unusual tree still plays an important role in the jungle ecosystem. It shows that nature can be both visually striking and extremely powerful at the same time. In Northern Ireland there is a road that feels like it leads into another world, the dark hedges. Here old beech trees lean toward each other from both sides of the road, forming a tunnel-like canopy that looks dark and mysterious. Over time the trees have twisted and bent, shaping themselves in unusual ways. These trees were planted in the 18th century.
So the trees you see here are literally over 300 years old.
As they have grown over the years, their branches have become so connected and stretched that they now form a natural arch over the road. This arch filters sunlight into changing shadowy patterns. When you walk or drive through this place, it does not feel like you are simply on a road. It feels more like you are moving through a living passage created by centuries of growth, where nature has turned an ordinary lane into something strange, beautiful, and unforgettable. In a small churchyard in Scotland there is a tree that feels like it does not belong to any single time period, the Fortingallu. It is believed to be thousands of years old and has survived from a time long before written history even existed. Its large twisted trunk has broken apart, become hollow and changed shape many times over countless centuries, but the tree is still alive. It continues to grow very slowly and quietly even after such a long life. It stands surrounded by stone and by many centuries of human change. Because of this ancient yew feels less like an ordinary tree and more like a living record of time itself. It seems like something that has seen the world from its very earliest days, even before people learned how to record history or remember it in writing. In the middle of Namibia's vast desert lies a place that does not feel real at first sight: dead Vlei. Here dead trees stand upright on a cracked white clay ground surrounded by some of the tallest red sand dunes in the world. These trees have been dead for hundreds of years, but they have not completely disappeared. Because the area is extremely dry, they have been preserved almost like natural sculptures, as if time has stopped for them. Their dark twisted branches reach up into the empty sky, creating a scene that looks more like a frozen memory than a living landscape. It feels like an eerie reminder of life that once existed here but was locked away by nature and preserved forever. In South Carolina there is a tree that does not only grow upward, it spreads outward like a living structure shaped slowly by time. The angel oak is a huge live oak tree whose very large branches stretch so far that they bend down toward the ground again, forming natural arches that look more like buildings than something found in nature. Over hundreds of years of growth, it has developed a wide covering canopy that gives a deep shade and feels like it is holding a long history beneath it. The tree has grown for such a long time that it gives a strong sense of age and endurance. Standing in front of it does not feel like simply looking at a tree. It feels more like meeting something ancient that has been quietly growing and expanding long before modern life even existed. In the mountains of Utah there exists something that challenges the very idea of what a tree is. Pando, a vast colony of quaking aspen that looks like thousands of individual trees but is actually one single living organism connected by a hidden underground root system. For thousands of years it has been slowly cloning itself, spreading across the land like a silent living network that grows and regenerates as one. What appears to be a forest is actually one ancient being stretching across acres, proving that nature can exist not as a tree but as an entire living world beneath the surface. In the forests of the Philippines there are trees that seem to blur the line between nature and legend, and the balete tree is one of the most mysterious among them. Over time it grows in a way that wraps its roots around other trees, slowly enclosing them until it forms massive twisted structures that look almost like living fortresses. In local stories these trees are often linked to spirits and hidden worlds, adding to their eerie reputation. Whether viewed as natural wonder or something more mysterious, the balete tree feels like a place where the forest itself is quietly watching.
I don't know the actual age for sure.
In the dry landscapes of Africa and Madagascar stands the baobab tree, a massive bottle-shaped giant often called the tree of life because it stores thousands of liters of water inside its thick trunk. During harsh droughts it becomes a vital source of survival for people and animals alike. With its wide ancient form that looks almost upside down, the baobab feels like a living sculpture carved by time itself, silent, enduring and powerful, standing as a reminder of nature's ability to sustain life even in the harshest conditions.
The baobab is still a big deal today.
In the town of Santa Maria del Tuli in Mexico stands the Tuli tree, a massive Montezuma cypress famous for having one of the widest trunks on earth, so enormous it looks like several trees fused into one living giant. Its bark is covered in intricate natural patterns that resemble faces and shapes when you look closely, adding to its mysterious presence. Estimated to be over 1,000 years old, this ancient tree feels like a living monument, so wide, so old, and so powerful that it seems more like a natural fortress than a simple tree. In tropical forests such as those in the Philippines and Indonesia, there is a unique tree known as the rainbow eucalyptus. Its bark naturally peels away over time, revealing bright colors underneath, including green, blue, orange, and purple. This gives the tree the appearance of being painted. As the tree continues to grow, the colors change and shift, so it never looks exactly the same. It is not an ordinary tree, it appears almost magical in its form and appearance. Forests filled with these trees look like natural artwork, as if nature itself has painted them. They show how surprising and beautiful the natural world can be.
How it's been intertwined.
In Crete, Greece, there is an ancient olive tree known as the Vlei tree. It is believed to be thousands of years old and is still alive today. Although its trunk is twisted, hollow, and heavily worn by time, it continues to produce olives just as it always has. This tree has survived through many generations of people, along with wars and major changes in history. While the world around it has changed again and again, the tree has quietly continued to live. The Vlei tree is not just an old tree. It is a living part of history, showing how nature can last far longer than human memory and records.